Alrighty, here we are. This is the High Speed Garage podcast. I'm here with two of my best mates, and we basically decided to start this up because we like hanging out in the shed and talking a bit of shit, and yeah, we get along together, so it's a bit of an excuse for us to do this. I'll introduce myself. My name is Michael. A couple of my hobbies, I like getting into motorbike riding, like cars, anything that goes fast. And yeah, I like, all kinds of sports, football, all that stuff. Go the Mighty Bulldogs. Next to me here, I've got my mate Joel. He's
going.
Pretty similar. He can introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Joel. I'm basically the same. Like riding bikes, bit of skiing, anything basically on the water. Go fast in a boat.
To do something dumb with.
Basically, yeah.
And on the other side, I've got Hayden Chesser.
How you going, boys? I'm Hayden Chesser. I like boats as well. That's where we met all each other. Anything to do with water.
That's fun. For water is fun. If you can't have fun on water, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
I couldn't live away from water.
Nah. Where we
The
are
river.
right now is a long way away from the water that I like, but there's still water that we can go skiing and stuff on. Although I'm not really a skier. You guys skiers?
Yeah, I
I
ski.
couldn't ski for the life of me, but
So
it's fun when I can do it, but I fall off or
yeah, I'm not a
can't
real
get
good
up.
skier. I've had a couple of goes. I've been a bit of a smart ass saying, if girls can ski, I can ski. That's a piece of piss. And, I got up, but it was very fucking sketchy.
I've been thrown off a whole heap of tubes.
Yeah, I've
If you
done the
haven't
same
been
thing.
thrown off a tube, you've got something wrong with you.
Yeah, well,
We're
where
really good at it.
where I grew up, there was no river with smooth water. It was basically a lake, so you didn't really learn how to ski. You learned how to tube.
That was most of what you
And
did.
we could
Yeah.
tube.
Oh, we could tube.
Can
We could
tube.
tube.
Yeah, no. So I most of my life revolves around the race boats and fair bit of family time. More family time, the better, as far as I've learnt in the past couple of years. But yeah, the race boats, what I've grown up with, and that's my main passion. The only footy I'm sort of interested in is sort of the grand final and the state of origin.
Yeah.
We used to watch a bit of AFL.
I've noticed that around here. Not too many people are into those kind of sports. I grew up around football, played football when I was younger. Lots of fun. Won a grand final when I was 10, 11, 12, something like that.
Back in your day.
Yeah, back in my day.
Back in the heyday.
It's heyday right now. I'm in my prime. Maybe not weight-wise or fitness-wise, but I feel like I'm in my prime. Anyway,
We're in a good life spot, I reckon.
we are.
This is living.
Well, me and Hayden both have young families. Joel's just had a newborn baby. Congratulations,
4 weeks
Joel.
the other day.
Yes, congratulations, Joel. Welcome to the life.
Yeah, so Joel's just started his family. Yeah. So anyway, the plan for this podcast is basically so us dickheads can talk shit to each other, and we want to shine a bit of a light on our favourite sport, which is powerboat racing, circuit powerboat racing.
But
So,
with powerboat racing comes motorsport. Everything we all start getting interested in.
yeah, we all love our high-speed motorsport stuff, which is hence the name, High Speed Garage. We like to talk shit in the garage too sometimes, not even about sports, just on the
anything.
drink, talking shit about anything. Yeah.
So while we're doing that, we might as well press record on it and see what you guys think of what we've got to say.
Exactly, and hopefully you just hang around long enough that you can get all this out of it. And if you're still here right now, well, that's probably a good start. But by the end of it, if you like what we're doing and like what we're about, you can like all our socials, the High Speed Garage podcast on Facebook, the
We've
High
started
Speed
it all up
Garage
now,
on
so no one else
Instagram.
can steal all their name. You
Yeah,
have to start a new name.
yeah, no more names.
So
So yeah,
it's hard enough to get this one.
the High Speed Garage podcast on Facebook with spaces, Instagram without spaces. It's pretty simple, I suppose.
You can't put spaces in the Instagram, can you?
I
know.
don't think so.
I'm not really an Instagram type of
No.
person, but yeah. So we will keep going. So what did we get up to this week. You went to Luke Coombs last night, didn't you, Hayden?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wish we'd bought some tickets a bit later on. The first tickets that become available ended up being the nosebleeds.
I was unaware of that, eh?
Yeah,
I figured
well,
the first tickets you get should
They
be
the best
good
ones.
ones.
Yeah. Maybe we just didn't know what we were doing buying tickets. I don't know. I'm not putting anyone's name down who booked them because I definitely didn't. But I'm not blaming anyone else for it. But
Not going to incriminate anybody.
I'll be honest with you. When we turned up, I thought, "Holy crap, this is high!" And man, I reckon it was the best spot to sit because you got the whole atmosphere. You could see the whole thing. All the screens around the stage were showing everything that was going on anyway. Yeah, all the people singing and dancing on the stage were tiny. But, man, if I was down there, it'd be boiling hot because there'd be no breeze. We were sitting up at the very top. We could see the skyline out over the city skyline. So as the breeze come in over the stadium, it blew straight in around the back of us, and it was mad breeze the whole night. So I think as much as you weren't close to the stadium, as close to the stage, I think it was still a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you're sitting, you listen to the music.
It was
Yeah,
sick
that's it.
night.
I've
the music
been
was
up that
mad.
high a couple of times in some footy grand finals, and she's loud up there. It
Oh,
echoes
yeah.
up there under that roof. It's
Oh,
very
my
loud.
ears
I
were
went to the
Sore.
South Bulldogs grand final, the first time South had made the grand final in however long that was, and man, that was so loud. It had a mad atmosphere. I've been to Origin deciders and stuff, and the atmosphere at that grand final
would've
was
been sick.
next level.
Yeah, I sat at the Newcastle Stadium. I took Nanny years ago. I got tickets from work. And it was walking up there. That was when the stadium was just new. And it's like, oh, you fall from here, you're going down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The incline is huge compared to most of the stadium down low.
yeah.
Like most of the stadium down low, like you sort of walk and take a step and you take
Yeah.
the next step up. Well, it's like take one step, you're going up.
Yeah. It's a step. It's like
Yeah.
a ladder. Anyway, so you had a good time there last night.
Yeah, it was fat time.
Yeah.
No, I loved it.
That's good. I'm not really a concert type of person. I like music. I love music. Get me stuck into music and picking songs on like a Spotify playlist. I'm right into that.
Cranking
But,
tunes in the shed. I reckon.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
as in going to a concert. I'm not like I don't know what the word is, but a one band or one person sort of man. I couldn't pick one person. I might like a couple of songs from each band or each person, but I couldn't listen to like a whole album of them. So
I don't know. I'd turn that round. And you'd say probably Blink
yeah,
in their day.
yeah. some of
If
them
you
I
put their
could-
greatest hits on, you could listen to that.
there's
cover to
probably a
cover.
few like that I could listen to for a long time, but I don't know. I'm just not really a concert person. Just not into it. So last night you was out there. I think you didn't do anything, did you, Joel? Last night?
No, I didn't.
No, I stayed at home too. Just getting ready for our
Ready.
big day today. We went for a ride this morning. Got up early and went for a ride.
Yeah, I
On
left here at
our bikes.
7:30 this morning. Neighbours love the Harley starting up.
Yeah, Joel's an old man. He's given up on life and he's bought a Harley. I don't own a Harley. I just own a nice Italian sports bike, which is
Shit.
lots of fun.
You got to
Lots
hold
of
your
fun.
nose up a fair bit higher when you talk like that.
Thinks he's cool with all these fucking sports bike mates.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice if I had some mates to go riding with, but they're all too slow.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, we went for a ride this morning. Where'd we go to, Joel? You can
We
tell the listeners about our
we
ride.
left my house. Where'd we go? Through Pitt Town, into Wiseau's, and then up to Mangrove Mountain, and met your old man there.
Yeah, met the old man up at Salisbury. He's old and retired too, and has a Harley.
And then we went back down through old Pacific Highway, through Brooklyn, and
That's a mad run through there. I love
oh,
it.
it's brilliant.
Lots of other bikes.
When we come
cracking
back
day
when
for a
everyone
ride.
was probably just heading out or sort of down their first run, and now past probably 100, 200 bikes,
Yeah, shitloads of bikes.
and
Good
then
fun riding bikes.
down in through Brow. We went down into Brow Ferry, come back out into Pitt Town, stopped at the Bird, had a couple of beers and lunch, and then we went to the boat racing.
The
Windsor
Bird in
there.
Hand. That's a cracking pub, isn't it?
Good old school pub.
Oh yeah. Well, I love going to the Bird. It's no good to take the kids to because no playgrounds and they get bored. But it's just a good old school pub.
Pretty uncommon to see a pub without a playground now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids kids and missus would stay at home and the boys would go to the pub. Now it's the whole family goes to the pub.
Yeah.
It's a big change.
I'm pretty lucky enough to finish work early on Fridays, or sometimes not even work Fridays.
Don't work for
whoever,
us.
whatever other mates I have, sometimes they finish early too. And we sometimes line up lunchtime at the Bird on Fridays. It's a good time. Yeah, so this morning we went for a ride, and then there was
boat racing.
Workers go and get their boats going.
there's a local event on for boat racing, and they had a club day, which is basically just the club events, no interstate competitors. Although there was a couple of interstate competitors come up and had a little test drive,
Which I think they'll probably do a lot if the boat stays down this way.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it was pretty good to see Scott in that boat. I don't really know Scott. Never really met the guy, but I know
Rob.
Which boat are we talking about?
I know Rob very well.
Supernova.
And
Which is Rob Pasala's old
Yes.
boat.
that boat was a weapon when Rob had it.
Absolute beast.
And he's helping Scott out, I believe. I seen him there today on the radios and whatnot. So that boat will be pretty fast in the future, I'd say, when Scott gets a handle on it.
It seems to be that there's a few ski racing teams that are starting to look at the circuit racing.
Yeah, I think that.
Well,
might
I
be
think
because,
they're pretty much done.
the ski racing's had a few
I don't know if ski racing
issues.
to be done. I think ski racing's just got a lot to do. There's a lot of changes.
I think Superclass will be done.
Yeah, I'd probably.
I think they'll get away with like their F1 type outboard type of stuff. Say just on your 100 mile an hour sort
or
of
your
thing.
Pretty basic. What do they call the 30?
Or the 6 litres or the 8 litre or whatever they are.
I do
crane
have
engine.
some hot goss on that topic. If you're
Is
willing
this
to hear it,
releasable hot gossip? Like, are you allowed
probably
to talk
not. but
Allegedly.
about it? Yeah, allegedly everything.
The information is in my phone, so someone sent it to me. So let's put it out there.
Did you have to write a confidentiality clause to receive
No,
the email?
it's actually coming to effect now. It coming into effect on the 1st of February.
Well,
So
There's no confidentiality.
it should be out there.
Send it.
So the National Australian Powerboat Association has adopted some ski racing classes. They've adopted S1 and S2, which is basically, so your S2 class is pretty much your F2, which was ski racing. And the S1 class is kind of everyone else, your super class, 8 litre, 6 litre.
So have they said S1 and S2 is in ski racing 1, ski racing 2?
I'm going to assume that that's what that S means.
So is it anyone can go in it, or it's got to be an ex-ski race boat to go in?
That I'd have to check the emails and read it fully. But
That'd open
I
a
would-
can
I
of
would-
worms
I
with a
would
few
say
boats hanging around.
I would say it's just ski racing classes. So yeah, you'd have to come from a ski racing background with a ski racing type boat, because they're obviously a lot different to what we have.
Yeah, because you'd have to sort of.
But in saying that,
Keep
they're
that-
not. A lot of them aren't that different. Some of them in those classes are still running V drives.
Yeah, but they're still a lot
they're a ski
different.
racing type V drive. So
Yeah.
so if you go with those sort of rules, can you get a ski racing engine and put it in a boat like mine and go run it in that class?
Well,
It's
that's
just circuit racing. Like mine's a
what
circuit
at the
racing.
moment it's just in for trial. So it's in a trial from the 1st of February
what
till the
sort of
31st of
problem-
August. So
That's through club days.
for the rest of this season. Well, if any club around the whole country wants to run one of these classes, you have to apply for the exemption to run them, and you'll obviously have to fill out the relevant paperwork before and after the event to let everyone know how it all went.
So the only way to enter that class is you've got to get exemption from the APBA.
No, that's to run the class. So the club
so
to run the class
club
has
to
to
run
club
the
gets
class
the
needs
exemption.
So basically, it's more for the point to point stuff, as in the bridge
Oh,
to bridge,
double dashes and
double
shit like
dash.
that,
That
yeah.
could open up the bridge to bridge again too.
Although they are restricted to a speed cap, which is so for point to point races, i.e. double dash, bridge to bridge, those type of things, they're capped at 105 miles per hour. But if they want to compete in circuit races, like the rest of us do, it's 95 miles an hour. They're capped at 95 miles
So
an
they're
hour.
automatically
Yeah, right.
from the start pulling it back from that 100
They are,
mile an
yeah,
hour
yeah.
cap.
Yeah, so that's the latest news on that. So we'll see how that develops. I think that'll be a good thing for us as a
especially
sport?
So I'm an Upper Hawkesbury Powerboat Club member. I used to be part of the committee, and I know what it takes to get these, especially the straight line races. I know a bit of what it takes to get those races on the water, and it's a lot of effort. The committee, very small committee, has to do a lot of work to get them on there, and every year you'd get ski racing teams with their turboed or supercharged boats wanting to enter, and unfortunately you'd have to be what do you call it? You couldn't accept these entries from all these teams that you'd want to be part of it,
Yeah.
but because of the turbo supercharged rule, you just couldn't. You couldn't allow their entry, and
Yeah.
it sort of didn't make sense, especially the straight line. Like I've always been told that the APBA didn't like the blowers and the superchargers in the open deck boats because, like, the story is that they're a lot more aggressive on the drive line or something like that. I always thought that 105 mile an hour, it's 105 mile an hour. If you can get a blown engine to keep under that, it doesn't really matter, especially in a straight line race.
I kind of agree with you, except the acceleration that a forced induction engine can produce over a naturally aspirated one is like it's chalk and cheese.
Yeah,
so
I understand that.
They
but
could
you're
they
doing a
couldn't
straight line
compete.
race, though.
Well, straight line race, yeah, but I'm talking circuit. So they couldn't really compete in the same class. They'd have to have their own class. You'd have to have forced induction speed bracket classes as well as your NA speed bracket classes. So talking about racing and our major passion of powerboats, we'll probably be given reviews on all kinds of motorsport through the year that we would like to watch, i.e., Formula One. We've got a friend of ours that might come and do a little Formula
She's
One
TikTok
review.
famous, she was telling us.
Well, that's what she told us. So
She wants to
we'll
be.
see how that goes.
She's TikTok famous for a month while they're in Australia.
Yeah, well, while the F1s are in Australia, we can keep her.
So she might
keep around.
come in, give us some F1 updates. I don't mind watching the MotoGP because I love me bikes. These boys love watching the V8 supercars.
Yeah,
but
supercars pretty
any kind of motorsport related
Bit-
stuff that we watch, we'll give you a little review on what happened over the weekend and
Well, I
all that
think
sort of stuff.
you don't
You've
even have to
been following the supercars at the moment, haven't you? Hayden?
I watch. Don't tell boss man. I listen to pretty much every session of an event. So whenever practice one starts, I've got it in the head, playing it or on the mic, on the speaker in the truck or something like that.
Dark, I just watch it on your phone while I'm at work.
We shouldn't tell people that, Joel. You might get sacked.
I reckon if I was, we don't know your boss anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I'm always listening to what's going on. There's always something going on, and if you're listening the whole time, you can pick up on shit that's happening.
What's the latest news?
Well,
Oh, that's a can of worms
that's
if you want to open it up.
doozy. I've got it up here. So on Thursday night, I was laying in bed, getting ready to go to bed, getting ready to sleep, and I just opened up Facebook, had a look through, and then I saw what I figured would be bullshit, but Mark Fogarty, who's a pretty renowned bloke on the as a journalist on the supercars, he posted up something about Triple Eight deferring back to Ford, and I thought, what a load of shit. They are the top GM team. I can't understand how they want to jump out and go across to Ford, but the amount of money that Ford's throwing around in supercars, I think it's starting to make sense. As much as I think it's going to suck for the category, I think it is starting to make sense. So Triple Eight is moving from being the GM Camaro homologation team. They're going back to Ford Performance.
So still all the same sponsors as in Red Bull?
Well,
Yeah.
the photo showed that it had
That's a full
every
Red Bull
one of their
car.
sponsors on a
Okay.
Mustang. It was even funny. When it was released, the photos had all the Red Bull sponsorship stuck on a Gen 3 Camaro, a Gen 3 Mustang, but you could see Courtney's sign right underneath Red Bull.
Oh, really?
There was Snowy River Caravans in the sign
Yeah,
right underneath.
right.
So
Okay.
they
It
just
says
hadn't
wrapped
even,
over the top of it.
yeah, they hadn't even ripped the old stuff off. They just slapped it on top.
Laziness.
So they're going to be homologation team from DJR. So I don't know how their DJR is going to be on that because they've been tooling up pretty hard to compete against Triple Eight, and all of a sudden they're losing all that ability. They've spent a whole heap of money on the engine workshop. They bought that from Rob Herod. Rob Herod was doing all the
Were they?
engines down there. Yeah. So now KRE what was red KRE is taking over that. So they're a pretty shit hot engine building workshop up there in Brisbane.
KRE is like the best probably in Australia, I think. They're just more predominant in sprint cars.
So is anyone into their sprint cars?
I don't mind them, but I don't really follow anything.
I don't really follow much, but I do like Jamie Veal. He's probably my favourite. I watched the Warrnambool event on Clay Per View on Australia Day weekend, and Jamie was very unlucky. He ran second, but it was a very good race. It was entertaining right to the end. There was 4 blokes that were swapping the lead pretty much the whole 40 laps. I think this week actually, which I didn't watch and haven't caught up on, was the I think it was the Australian Championships in Murray Bridge, if my memory serves me correct. Australian Championships on this weekend, Murray Bridge 3-day event, which I haven't caught up on yet, but I will, and I might report back next time.
I saw a few of the boat races hanging out on the
Yeah,
Thanks.
down at Adelaide.
Yeah.
They've been doing that a fair bit.
Renee Gardner wearing a bloody Fury hat, which I reckon's pretty cool. There's a few of them sitting around.
There's lots of those Fury hats floating around.
I'm loving
Yeah, James Clark was wearing his at Berry.
He's wearing that hat out. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool. It's cool to see stuff that we've made for my dad out there being enjoyed. It's not just, oh yeah, I've got that. It just sits on the bench. Like they're actually being used.
Yeah.
It looks mad.
I got a new hat today. Got one from the Red Taxi.
You got a Hearn hat.
No, I got an explicit hat.
Hearn hat.
It's very nice. I like it. I thank him very much for that, and the few extras they gave me today, which I
Couple of bits
don't
for
need to tell everybody what they are, but
bits for the workshop.
yeah, I don't have a taxi, so we'll leave it up to everyone else how that's going to work.
Some go fast parts.
Oh, it depends. They're not really make you go fast. They make you go.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see if it actually goes.
They go better than an MSD ignition.
We weren't supposed to say what he got.
I can't remember where we're up to now. What was I had something in my head that I was going to fucking segue into, and I fucking lost it. Yeah, so with the podcast, we'll probably get guests on time to time. We've got a bank of a heap. We've already approached them, and they all seem very keen. But yeah, we'll get them in turn, and you guys will hopefully hear that if you want to keep hearing more of the crap that we're talking. If you like listening to us talking shit in a shed.
And yeah, comment if you want us to talk about anything specific.
Yeah, if you've got any ideas, just get on the Facebook page, comment. Let us know what you
Your
want to
idea
hear,
may
what
not
you
be
like,
listened
what you
to.
don't
It
like.
depends on how good it is.
Yeah, you got to be good. You can't just feed us garbage. Garbage in, garbage out.
Tell us something to follow. If we want something's cool that we don't know about, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, start posting some videos to the YouTube, to the Facebook and the Insta, so we can see what else everyone's watching.
Tell us about your weird and wonderful motorsports. What I'd really love to get a guest on for the Dinghy Derby tinny race
yeah.
that they run down at Renmark. Yeah. One
That'd
of those
be
guys,
wild.
I'd love to have a chat with one of those.
I mean, when we were kids, we weren't close to that, but we were pretty close to that running in and out of Dad's Creek.
Yeah, but not with that kind of power.
No,
and
we
that kind
weren't.
of speed.
We had 15s, not 50s.
Yeah, the tinny derby looks mental. I reckon you'd take a head off, no problem.
It looks like fun.
Oh,
Looks like-
100%.
Looks like we should enter a team,
Yeah.
a high-speed garage team.
Put the new logo on the side of the boat.
Yeah.
That is a
I'll
sick logo.
I'll be the trailer driver.
I have to give a shout out too.
I would have thought you'd have the balls to jump in the boat.
Only
Just
if
want
I'm
to tow the
steering.
boat now.
Only
Yeah, I
if I'm
couldn't.
steering.
I have to steer. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
a
if I could be
steerer.
passenger.
I don't like being a passenger on anything. Don't like being a passenger in a car, on a bike, in a boat. Doesn't matter. Don't like being a passenger.
I reckon steering through all that stuff with a tiller, I reckon that'd be pretty hard.
Oh, I'd be into that. I'd be love steering
You reckon
through it,
they'd be
but
alright?
I ain't being the ballast.
No, but I'm
Not a
saying like
chance
not
I'm being
steering with a
balanced.
steering wheel. I don't know.
Nah,
why they
tinnies
wouldn't-
are all right.
Yeah,
I don't
we
mind
grew
it.
up with that
yeah,
shit.
grew up with it.
Yeah,
so.
see, I reckon it'd be sick to sit in the boat and use the steering wheel
Nah.
on the instead of
Nah.
the tiller.
I
Reckon that'd be
remember.
sick.
I remember getting so into the tiller arm that I crashed into a train bridge in
Yeah,
the river.
that was my tinny.
It was Joel's tinny. Joel wasn't even in the tinny. We took it with his brother and
Chasing
you know,
ducks.
we were young, we were silly, chasing a duck. The duck took off. I lifted off the throttle because I thought, oh, it's getting away, and then it landed again. So we got back into it again. Went watching where the bridge was coming. We're just two folks on the duck, and then bam, straight into the bridge. Nearly tore me leg off.
Lucky it had bow rails on it.
Joel didn't even know we dinged his tinny.
Did you tell him though?
Yeah.
Nope, didn't tell shit.
You just worked it out.
No, I'm sure he's told me when he's got back.
Maybe 10 years later. Oh, that's
Not that long.
That time we fucked your tinny.
Yeah. Oh no, it was one of the tinnies with the reverse on the
Yeah, it had the
throttle.
reverse on the thing. So instead
You
of just
pull it
instead of just
further
lifting off
past
the throttle,
neutral.
I went bang all the way off the throttle, but that clicks it into reverse. Reverse doesn't slow the boat up at all. It just rips the engine out of the water, and the boat just keeps sailing.
So
into
the boat
bridge.
gets faster. There's no drag.
Good times. So obviously, this is still new to us, and we're still learning the ropes. But if you guys have any questions or any feedback or anything for us to listen to, we may, if it's quality, play you on the podcast. Although we're probably not that great at quality, but we're better than you. So do a little recording and send it to our
Voice recording.
Yeah, voice recording. You probably got a voice recorder or something on your phone. Just record, do a voice recording, send it to
The High Speed Garage podcast at gmail.com.
yeah, and then we will listen to it, and if it's good enough, we'll play it. In all honesty, it probably doesn't even have to be that great because we're not that great, but we'll play it. We might play it. So there we go.
Yeah, so just record your voice, cut it into. It'll just cut it into
Not
audio
long.
And then,
Couple of minutes.
minimum 2 minutes.
2 minutes. We're
All
going
right,
2 minutes.
maximum 2 minutes.
We don't want any of your farts either. Don't record any farts and send them.
So this is
I don't think
exactly
you
what
need-
we're going to be getting.
I don't think you need to tell them that.
No, I didn't. I was actually kind of hoping we might get some farts because farts are funny. If you don't find farts funny, fuck off.
If you say don't do this, this is exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah, but I find farts funny. And if you don't, fuck off. Don't listen. I don't want you.
Should we give shout outs to Brad for doing
First
the...
of all, yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah, Brad Hammond jumped on and he said he was going to support us. He was our first supporter and made up a logo. We did a bit of a bodgy AI logo and yeah, once you start looking into
We
actually
thought it was
what the
cool
image
till we
was,
worked out it was a V6.
yeah, you look into the AI images and they're pretty garbage in the end, but it was a good starting point. We had something to put up, and then Brad Hammond jumped on there and made a new logo for us, and yeah, he does a lot for us as a team and helps us out with all our shirts and hats. And
I think he helps out
sign
any boat
writing.
racer.
He's just a boat racer's weapon. He'll help out most of the teams out there. Most of the people that you see out there with sign writing on their boat, it's most likely come from Brad.
And he's better than MSC.
Yeah, better than MSC Signs because they don't sponsor us.
Sorry, Scotty.
But he's from Melbourne anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but he'll fly here.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, but he hasn't got a chopper, so he's got to get himself to.
That's one thing I've got to do.
Thanks,
I've got to
yeah.
get me fucking chopper license.
Yeah, I don't think it's that easy.
That will be. All right, that's enough. We've talked enough shit.
Alright.
If you've liked it,
Let us
and
know.
if you've hung around this long, you're pretty cool fuckers, and we'd like
Probably
you to hang
better than
around a
us.
bit longer. So, like the Facebook page, do the Instagram thing, share the shit around, subscribe on Spotify, and yeah, thanks for listening.
the more we do this, the better we're going to be. So
Yeah, this
Don't judge
this
us
first
off our
one's a bit
first.
ordinary, but we will get better because we're professionals.
All right. Catch you later.
There's.